Hello and welcome to a rundown video for Dungeon Crawler Jam 2021. So this is the jam that I said I was entering, and I did enter it. Yeah, so I thought it'd be cool to just do a little bit of a rundown of the top results. So we're going to do the top 6. And the reason, if you're wondering why 6, if you're thinking that's a bit of a weird number, the reason we're going to do top 6 is because I came 6. Mwah, mwah. So, yeah. Now, I just want to say, for anyone who did the jam, who's watching this, the fact that I've not covered your game in this video is by no means meant to be a slight. There are dozens of really, really good games in this jam. There was, I think, about 85 entries in the end, like actually completed games that were entered to the jam. There's loads of great games. I'm not doing a 4-hour stream here, so I've got to narrow it down. So, yeah, I'm doing top 6 because top 5 plus my own entry, which came 6. But just before we get started, I just want to do a quick honourable mention to Minds of Mortuus. I think that's how you say it. And the reason I want to give them an honourable mention is because they did their dungeon crawler in virtual reality, which is cool. And as many of you know, I'm basically obsessed with virtual reality at the minute as a game development platform, and fully intend to do my own stuff in it very shortly. But yeah, so I just wanted to give them a quick mention because virtual reality dungeon crawler. So, obviously, we'll start with my game. My game was heavily inspired by the 1980s movie Running Man, and it's a bit disingenuous to call it my game this time because the guy that I do the Fantastic Fox music with, who is usually the person who does any music on my games. If I don't do it myself, it's always this guy who goes under the name Beat and Delete. He did the music for this game, but he also had quite a bit of input on the story and like the whole thing. Like, we watch these kinds of movies together all the time on online watch party type thing. So yeah, this is as much his baby as it is mine. He didn't just do the music this time. But yeah, we did this game where basically you're a criminal and you've been put in this game show where you've got to like survive, and if you survive you get freedom. That's the game premise. The gameplay is basically you're in an arena and you basically fight robot droid things, and then if you get to the end you fight a bad guy. I think we called them enforcers, which is meant to be like the boss guy, and then there's only 4 levels. We focus more on polish than adding oodles of gameplay, if I'm honest, but I think we did not too bad for a game jam game. I mean, it came 6 out of 85, so it can't be that bad. So moving on, Funk Dungeon came 5th. Funk Dungeon is a really funny game where basically all the skeletons that you fight are stood there doing Saturday Night Fever at you. It's a rhythm game, so you've got to like move and attack in time with the beat, and the skeletons are doing the same thing. This came 5th, and it was really fun. Next up's Beat of the Bard came 4th, and this is another rhythm game. And yeah, basically it's the same sort of premise as the last one, different art style. But this time the beat is more, you've got to sort of rely more on your rhythm in this one because you don't have a visual cue, at least not one that I noticed. And yeah, you've got to move around to the beat, you've got to attack to the beat, and you even carry, I assumed it was an electric guitar, but thinking about it and thinking of the setting, it's probably a mandolin or something, but who knows. So yeah, that is Beat of the Bard. Coming in at 3rd was Synthyfriends Dungeon, and like I sort of pegged this one as possibly one of my favourites during the development process when the devs were like showing pictures of it and stuff, mainly because of the art style. The premise is basically you're getting through this dungeon and you've got to get past monsters by feeding them, essentially. So you've got lots of items, you've got to try and feed them the one that they want. They all want different things, and the game is over when you run out of items. Dark Forest, I'm actually surprised this one didn't win, if I'm honest, but Dark Forest in Heaven is, if you imagine Doom as a dungeon crawler, was how I sort of described it to myself. It's got like a very 90s feel to it, even looking at it through like a CRT type effect. And yeah, you've got loads of weapons and you're going around the dungeon crawlery sort of setting, but shooting things. And it looks great, it's polished, it moves, like the controls are great. Yeah, there's not much more to say about it. I mean, like the gameplay that you can see on screen pretty much speaks for itself. And then finally, the winner was Hedgrow. And Hedgrow's kind of like a surrealist. You're in like a hedge maze, but the hedge maze looks like it's made out of cardboard cutouts of hedges rather than actual hedges. And yeah, you've got to get through the maze, avoid monsters, fight monsters. The actual gameplay is more or less standard. There's nothing particularly revolutionary going on that I can see. I mean, I'm quite new to the genre, so who am I to judge? But the reason that the reason that this game game got very high ratings is just how polished it is. I mean, it's like everything about this game just feels finished. From the graphics to the sound to the effects, it's just an amazing entry. So that's the top 6 plus an honourable mention to the VR one. That's the top 6 entries from the Game Jam. That's going to be it for me for Game Jams for a while now, because like the card platformer game needs to get finished, and there's loads of YouTube videos that I need to make that you guys keep asking me for. So yeah, I'm going to lay off the Game Jams for a while now and concentrate on the channel and the game, and hopefully get the card game done quite soon, because I really want to get started on something in virtual reality. So yeah, that's going to be a priority going forward. So thanks for watching, and all that's left to do now is to thank all my amazing Patreons. Thank you to all the regular Patreons, but special thanks to the Sugar Daddy / Mama Patreons, who are Dave Maldine, Reg Reed, Gabriel White, Aaron Clark, Mr. Drunken Dragon, and Julian. And you guys should have, if you're watching this anywhere near the time that I post it, you should have a exclusive video to watch on the Patreon right now about the card game, which will be going on the main channel in a week or two, but you guys get to see it first. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.